If y'all don't know, this year is the 10th anniversary of The Weeknd's album Starboy. Before I go through all that, please join the live if you feel like it. I will be showing you guys some of the remixes that I hope I release. I don't know yet. The only reason why I'm making this live this early is because I want to get your guys' opinion on what remixes I should release. But it's going to be hard because I don't have copyright permission because, it's hard to do. So just let me know which one you guys think would be work. There are 22 of them, I think. It's going to be hard to see the last one, so just, you know. But the last song is Boom Clap by Charlie XCX. I'm thinking about remixing that song if I have to, but I'm going to ask for permission before I do because a while back when I was first starting making videos, I accidentally used Foster the People songs next to me, and I should have asked, but I didn't because I didn't know if they were gonna sue me or not. Because when artists find copyright, Um, but my apologies, Foster the People. I hope you can forgive me on that. But no, I deleted the video before they could even sue me for it. Um, it was probably the best thing because if I didn't, then they would have, they would have sued me. They would have bring me to court. They would have done all these things that I just didn't care about. But no, I deleted the video and we're good. So this is back in like 2023, I think. That was like the first official video I made. So, I mean, I just like to get your guys' opinion on what of the remixes I should do. Because, I love Kygo, and if you don't know what this one is Fire Alarm. A lot of you guys may not know who Castle Comer is. So, Castle Comer is basically an Australian rock band. They're practically my favorite because growing up, I think it was in like 2018. So we were basically we left California that following year, but we basically, this is true. We as we're leaving California, or before we did, my aunt, who is, I think she's 30 years old this year, she had me listen to it and she wanted to get my opinion. I was like, sure, it looks good. And after that, I started listening to it like over and over again. And Fire Alarm apparently became my favorite song now, and I still listen to it. So, yeah. And then a year after 2018 ended, which is 2019, May 2nd, Castle Comer released the same single, Fire Alarm, but with a different artist, known as Welshly Arms. Now, Welshly Arms is my favorite band because they did collaborate on that song with Castle Comer, and I love them so much. The singer's wonderful, and there's just so many good people who sing well. Like, there are just so many of them. And most of you guys don't even know that I started singing at 9.5 in 2014. But I turned 10 a few months after that, which was September 23rd. Obviously, you guys know my birthday because I told you like 1,000 times. And I'm sorry I do that, but I'm trying to get people's minds in the right spot. But yeah, so this is like a list of all of the songs I want to remix. So like, if you guys want me to remix Ed Sheeran's song "Shape of You," I would be happy to do that. The problem is copyright issues, and I don't want to have to deal with all that. So if you guys can just email them or whatever, because I can't. I don't know how that works. And emailing all the artists is just hard. It's the hardest thing. Like, I literally cannot. It's hard because like I have to literally like send them like the demo of the remix, and then I have to ask for permission, and I have to do all those things, and it's just so hard. Plus, I would hate to brag, especially when, remixes are literally my favorite. But yeah, practically it's all I have, so you know. But exciting news. If you guys didn't see, I dropped a trend for my song 2025. But instead of dancing, it's like a counting trend. So like 2, 0, 2, 5. And you just keep doing that. You use my sound, and then you can just keep doing that. But my sound is not on YouTube, so you'll have to use your TV, look up 2025, There We Come Alive, and then record yourself making a video. I'll make this a challenge too. Yep, grab the remote in your nearest living room, record yourself using my sound 2025, and then just do this counting thing like 2025. And if it goes viral, I'll be happy. And this is because I want it to go viral, because if not, I won't have the trend, and then I'll just be, yeah. Yep. So this is basically, this is like a list I made of all the remixes I was thinking about doing. So you guys can see, like, there's a lot of them. So far, I probably listed like 22. The last one is Boom Clap by Charlie XCX, which is like the last song for a remix that I was going to do, but then I didn't. And this is because, there's copyright issues all the dang time. And I don't think I told you guys this before. So yeah, so this is true. When I first, I don't think I have the video anymore because I deleted it a long time ago. But yeah, so I went to a Def Leppard concert in 2022. And when I started my YouTube channel, I wanted that to be the first official video that I released. But sadly, I do not have it anymore, which I'm kind of bummed about because I haven't seen my video in a long time, which is kind of the reason why I stopped using my black phone, which is literally right next to me. But yeah, I can show you guys if you want. So this is the phone I had for 5 years. I know it's going to be kind of hard to see. This is the phone I had for 5 years. Can you believe that? This thing is like really old. Yeah, this thing's like really old. But it's like that because I haven't used it in like a long time. And this was actually the first phone that I've ever recorded my YouTube videos on. And now I'm using my iPhone 13. I know it's heartbreaking, but I can't use my black phone anymore because it's dead, I think. And yeah, it's dead. So I can't use this thing anymore. I wish I could, though, because this is like an iPhone 5 or an iPhone 8. I don't know what kind it is. The only thing I know is that it won't work anymore. I never got rid of it because I didn't know if I needed to. So I kept a hold of it for a long time, and yeah, it's gone. So it's not in good shape anymore. It's gonna stay like this for a long time. So I'm just not happy because I love this phone. Even when I didn't use it, I still had the courage to enjoy this phone even if I didn't use it. But this is the phone that I had my first YouTube channel on. As you can see, I can't turn it on too because like there's no button that I can press. Like there's really nothing on here. So that's practically the reason why I can't use this anymore, because it died and I wasn't willing to do any of that. Because, when a phone dies, you can't use it. So this is not in good shape anymore. I still keep a hold of it in case if I want to show people, but I can't like use it or anything, which is annoying because it's like it's not the first official phone I had, but I had this phone since 2021. So it took a long time. It took a really long time for me to use it. I don't even know if it was 2021 or 2022, but my guess is 2021. So I had this phone for 5 years. My first phone I had since like 2019. I don't have it anymore. My first phone I don't have anymore because when I got my first phone in 2019, I didn't know like how phones worked. The only thing I knew was that if I took too much photos or videos, I would have too much storage. That's the only thing I knew. Literally, no one told me anything about it. Like, I just kept going on and on about, like, how it would work and how these things would happen, and eventually I just got to the point where I was like, yeah, but that phone doesn't have any storage. It doesn't have like anything on it. Well, that's because when you first get a phone, there isn't going to be anything on it. That's like the whole point. Like when you first start using a phone, there's like no way. um, but more exciting news, guys. Okay, I'm gonna show you a photo, and this is true. Okay, my album. Get this, my first, second, and third are both coming out. I know. My third one is a collection album. And it is, so the collection album is 37 songs long. And I don't know how long it is. I think it's like 70 minutes. I don't even know if it's a thing. I think it's like 65 or 70 minutes. Or even 80. But my guess is that it's all going to come out around the same day. Literally, like on Friday, I had 2 songs that were released on the same day. Yeah, I had 2 songs on Friday that came out on the same day. I don't even know if it was Friday or Saturday. I think it was like Saturday or something like that. But no, it was Friday. Yeah, because, yeah, it was Friday. So, yeah, so on Friday, I had 2 songs that came out on the same day. And it was weird. I released a song called July 4th, 2026. And that's basically about the 250th anniversary of America. While what's it called? Oh yeah, the other one is called 6767 in time. I know what you guys are thinking. You're probably thinking, yeah, this guy's a lunatic. He shouldn't be doing 67 anymore. Well, I was trying to get rid of 67 for a long time because 1, that meme irritates me. 2, I don't like it. And 3, it is terrifying. It is the most terrifying thing on the planet. Because when I first heard of that meme, I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, this thing does not have a meaning to it. Like, there's no meaning. And it was awful. That's why I stopped listening to 6-7, because I didn't know if the meme would do well. But apparently it went viral all over, and then people started saying it, and it irritated me, and then all of a sudden, here we are. I never really liked 6-7, although I know you guys do, which I'm not going to criticize you guys for. Oh. Okay, so if you guys do not know, I am not Christopher Nolan. Okay. My name is Gabriel Bihar. I know I kind of sound like Christopher Nolan. Okay. I know I kind of sound like him, but I don't. I know that doesn't make sense either. But I'm not Christopher Nolan. I wish I could see his movie Oppenheimer. That was great. I didn't see it. I didn't see all of it. I just saw like the beginning. Like I didn't see all of it. Like the beginning credits, I saw that. I didn't see the entire thing. Cuz Oppenheimer's rated R, and I didn't want to see like all of it, cuz like when you watch a movie, it's just like but you more look like a I agree. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. If you guys do not know, I just released my trend for my 2025 song. If you don't know what 2025 The Year We Come Alive is, it is the new song I did last year. And it's literally almost a year old in November of this year. But yeah, I based the trend off of it. You're from Argentina? Oh. Are you from Argentina or no? Okay. I'm from Argentina, I think. No. My dad's from Argentina, I'm from America. I'm from America. Not but yeah, I was born in America, and my family is from, I think my dad's from Argentina and I'm from America. My mom's from America also. Oh, it's so hard to think right now. But yeah. um but yeah, so I based my trend 2025 I based my song 2025 They Were Come Alive on a trend that I was doing called 2025 Count With Your Hands. Now this is where well, that's awesome. So I do this 2025. That's what I did in my trend. Because like people love to count, they like to make people laugh. That's kind of the reason why I like trends, because then they go viral like instantly and they don't you know, they don't lose viewers. It's just that sometimes they do, and then, you know. Oh yeah, that's right. So this is the album cover I was supposed to use for my album, but that did not work apparently. I had to use a cute photo of myself, which I kind of love because there's a lot of photos I love to use. So don't get me wrong, this was a cute photo that I used for the album, and this is actually me when I was younger. Look, see? I know, I look adorable, but this was back when, I looked a lot different and I didn't have the same look I have now. So you guys can tell I look a lot different than in this photo. But this is the actual album cover that I used. Mm-hmm. And I like to use old photos of me for album covers because I see a lot of artists do that. Like some artists would do that. Oh my gosh. I will. Yeah. I was thinking about starting a world tour for my music. And yeah, I'm hoping about doing that because I love my music. I've been doing it since like 2024. So, yeah, thank you for being kind. You guys are just amazing. I usually like to promote my music on my vlog channel because it helps me gain more traction. But it's not just because of that, though. It's because when I make music, I have no other way to, you know, I have no other way to tell you guys. So that's why I make live so I can, promote my music and all that. So it's going to be hard to do. But yeah, that's me. You guys are probably wondering, why is there a kid with, a hoodie on? That's me. I know. I know it's ridiculous. But that's me when I was younger. I kind of look like I'm 8 years old in that photo. Now I'm like 22 this year. Yeah. I know, you guys are probably wondering. You're wondering, how did he get from young to, to where he is now? I'm like, I don't know. It's all about aging. I don't know. But that's how I am. Like I've aged throughout my entire life. One thing I've always hated is that becoming an adult like myself is just hard because when I was younger, I loved being a kid. I loved experiencing all the things I loved about the different places I went to. My age is 22 this year. I'm 21 right now. I know. But I was born September 23rd of 2004. And so when I turned 22 in September, which is the 23rd, I'll I'll probably be excited because I love being 22 this year because 22 is a great number. But yeah, when I turned 21, things took a different turn. Last year I turned 21. Yeah. So, and I hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, so visit at least countryside. Okay. Yeah. I'm hoping to. Yep. I did have two stage names actually for my DJing and my producing also. So when I started music, I actually had a different stage name because the one I have now, which is Blind Snow, and I was looking for a Swedish name that I could use for my DJing, and it said Blind Snow on chat, so I was like, yeah, I'll use that. Because before, I was using one called Sweden, which is a horrible name for a DJ, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to use it because I didn't think that it was a great name, and I just didn't like it. It wasn't the name I wanted. So then I asked chat, can you help me find like Swedish DJ names? And they did. Who is number one on Spotify? I think my favorite number one artist on Spotify would be David Guetta, because he made so many EDM songs that I love, like Titanium. And there's another song he made with Sia called Beautiful People. And there was one called I'm Good. Na, 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 na. Yeah. And that's, yeah. They actually named David Guetta the top 10 DJs on DJ Mag. And it's just amazing. You know, that's kind of what I like about these DJs, is that when they like hit number 10, yeah, rah rah Rasputin. I heard that song, it was so good. Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know that Rasputin was actually the number one on Spotify. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go now, guys. I gotta get off my day. I gotta clean my room, and then my half brother's coming into town. I just got a lot on my mind. I know. I know. A lot of people say I look like I'm 15 when I'm not. Okay. I'm gonna go now, guys. Okay. But I'll let you guys know when my 3 albums come out. And yeah, you know, I'll celebrate the night away. Just let me know what you guys like about it, and you know. I have been bullied. Yes, album. I'm releasing my first album this year. Yeah, I'm releasing my first, second, and third album this year. I know a lot of people get confused because I started making music in 2024. By last year, I was just releasing singles, and then I thought, hey, I should make an album. So I did. I did. My third album has like 37 songs. I know. I know, yeah. I know. My third album has like 37 songs on it. The third one's a collection one. The first one is based on Japan, which is Japan on the Ocean. The second one is about love and being kind to your cousins. When's the last time you cried? The last time I cried was, I think, on Wednesday. I do not have a girlfriend quite yet, but I'm trying. Thank you guys for asking. I don't really give my personal life, even if I wanted to, but you guys are so kind, I thought I would. Okay. But I don't usually talk about my personal relationships, but I guess I can, because there's no one who can, you know. But yeah, I had 2 relationships that did fail, last year and the year before. Last year and in 2023. They both were not great. Just because they didn't feel like the kind of relationships that I liked. What's the basic criteria to become a boyfriend? So being a boyfriend is technically the best thing, because you have to help out your girlfriend, you have to help out their grandma, you have to help out their mom with the groceries. There's just so much that has to come from it. Like, you have to be kind to them, you have to respect their privacy, you have to understand like what they like and what they don't like, you have to be honest with them. There's just so many things, you know. You have to be able to cuddle them, you have to be able to hug them. You know, when they're sad, you have to ask them how they feel. There's just so many things, you know. But I think the best one is to just, you know, like if you meet someone, you know, you don't want to go after them right away. You want to be able to wait for them to come to you. No, there's one thing. Be handsome and you got girls. I know. Yeah. Bro, when are you up to? I don't use Reddit because Reddit, I don't want to be mean, but I don't use Reddit because I just don't. I used TikTok before and I was terrified. And I'm not usually a fan of TikTok anymore. So, have you been to New Zealand? I have not been to New Zealand. I have been to Dominican Republic though. I've been to Punta Cana though, not this side, but I went to the bottom side where Punta Cana is. But thanks for saying what a beautiful country man I am. Have you been to old? No, no, I have not. Um, I wish I did though. But I think you guys would enjoy something that I think you would love. And it's not gonna be anything dumb. I promise you that. Just Zealand? No, not really. But since you guys have been waiting for so long, I thought I would show you Zed's first record that I got. So, let me take the background off and then I will show you guys. So, in 2012, Zed released an album called Clarity. See, I have it. But you know, I wanted to listen to all the songs and you know, I miss the old Zed. We all do. See, we all miss him. But when I first listened to Zed, I only heard I Want You to Know. And then it was Stay, and then it was, you know, The Middle. Oh, the Fedora? Oh, yeah. Oh, the medals? Oh, those medals. Oh, yeah, that's a good question. So, the medals are basically, so I know you guys have asked about my medals a lot, but my medals, some of them are from Special Olympics. The silver one next to the bronze are actually just so the silver one is when I got honored for my job experience at Goodwill. The others are just Special Olympics medal, karate medal, and the rosary is next to it. I went to a Spartan race last year, and then I have a bowling medal, which I am on a league for, and yeah, that's practically all there is. Um, but yeah, I've been singing since I was almost 10 years old. So, but you guys love to see me produce music sometimes. So I want to show you something. You are pretty talented at. Oh, thank you. So this is the thing that I produce my music with. I know a lot of people have these. So when I got one, I was like, this is pretty cool. I've actually learned how to do vocal chops on this thing too. Like I would split the vocal in half and then I would sample it into this thing. And yeah. Cause the first time I actually had this instrument, I turned it into like a sample instrument and I just played it on the keys. And I had no idea I could do that. I was like, dang. So that's practically how I did it. You know, that's just how I did it. No one told me, I just knew how to do it. But yeah, I've watched a lot of tutorials on how to do it. But it's really hard because when I started producing, I didn't know how it would work. Like sometimes I would find what key it's in and then I'd be like, oh yeah, this. And I'm like, I can actually play it. So this is like F sharp major. And then I would play it and then it's like, yay, you know. But frankly, I can't read music, so I think you guys would be more talented than I am. I do not live alone, apparently. I wish I did. But I live with my family, my siblings. My dad is not married anymore. Well, my dad's not married to my mom, but he's married to my stepmom. So, yeah, I've been basically living with my mom since 2023. After I graduated high school, I lived with my mom since then. But I'm glad you guys asked. Sorry about my pronunciation. I can't speak well when it comes to pronouncing words. So it takes a while for me to get used to that, and I don't want to embarrass you guys because that was hard and I didn't think that it would work. But yeah. So the fedora, this is actually a funny story. So I got this fedora in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, as you guys all can see. And when we first got there, I actually was thinking about getting this. Yeah, so I thought about getting this hat when I was in Dominican, and so I did. And at that point, I was like, man, I should get this. So I asked my dad. We go into the store. I don't know what store it was called, but we were in like a hotel called the Bavaro Barcello Palace. And we stayed there a few nights. And you know, we stayed there until December 4th of last year, and then we left. And we basically had to go back home after that, well, like December 4th, because, you know, we couldn't stay there forever. We eventually had to go back and we had to do our thing. And then, yeah. But I did play some volleyball there. I got some bongos, which I can't show you guys because I don't want to. But the funniest story about the bongos, though, is that I actually did get scammed for them. Yes, I do watch soccer. Sometimes I watch soccer and sometimes I don't. But yes, I did get scammed for the bongos that I've bought in Dominican. And it is a true story. It is a true story. So the price originally was $200. Literally. The guy said 55 and I didn't know. And I ended up I gave him 3 20s, which is 60. And I'm like, oh no. What team do you support? I support Argentina. Because my dad's from Argentina and I feel like that would be a good thing. Because, you know, my family's from Argentina. You know, it's just a whole lot. But I'm from America. So it would be hard to vote for Argentina because I like them. But if I had to choose between the teammates for Argentina, I would choose Messi over Ronaldo. But they both play really well. I mean, it's not like they can compete. So yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't know if you guys liked Argentina. I wasn't trying to be like, you know, I wasn't trying to be mean. I just didn't know if you guys liked Messi or not. But I was just a little confused. If that upset you, I didn't mean to. Okay, I was just trying to get my head in the right space. So I wasn't trying to upset anyone. You know, I just wanted you guys to think it was, you know, a good team. And I support your guys' every opinion. I do. Like, I understand, like, you know, I did not see the World Cup in person. The only time I saw the World Cup was in 2022 on the TV. So we went to a bar called Buffalo Wild Wings, and we saw the World Cup from there. And then after that, we drove back home. I think we were in Nevada at that time. So we saw it, and it was great. But yeah, Messi was crying, I think, at some point during the World Cup because I think he broke his leg, right? Oh, in the US. Dang, I didn't know. So yeah, at some point, I think it was in 2022, yeah, Messi broke his leg and you know, the team was trying to help him out because, you know, he couldn't walk and so they had to win the game. And at some point he almost didn't win, and then they did. They did win. It's just at some point he couldn't walk and he had to be escorted to the bleachers. Yeah. So it's always good to Oh, okay. I didn't know. Oh yeah. He did, yeah. That was Copa America. Oh, okay, I forgot. I thought it was 2022 though, because I forgot. I forgot entirely. I didn't even see it. But yeah, I saw the 2022 World Cup. It was great. Just not in person though. I wish I did, but like, you know, when you don't see the World Cup in person, it's a lot harder because you have to fly over to the country and then you have to get seating and then you have to. It's a whole thing. Are you feeling shy? I am feeling a little shy. Yeah. Usually when I meet new people, I'm a little shy, and I'm not always like that. It's just, you know, sometimes when I meet new people, I get really shy. Hi. But yeah, being shy is kind of hard for me. You know, it's not the best. Okay, shout out HMM Catfish. Thank you for joining the live. We love to have you on the live. Thank you for joining. Shout out to Catfish. Yeah. Yep. Shout out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you have a best friend? I do. I do. I have two best friends in Michigan that I love so much, and I'm on a bowling league with them. Let's give you. Okay. I'm from Michigan. Um, I was born in America, but I was born in Flint, Michigan also. So Flint, Michigan, is where I was born, and I live in Montrose, which is over here. But yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, today's gonna be a long day. You know, it's gonna be a long day for me. I got my first album coming up, and then I have my second and my third. But I'll let you guys know, you know. Is it hot over in Michigan? It is not. Sometimes it is. It just depends on the weather. Like today, it's raining. But it was not sunny today. So I'm happy. Oh, thank you. I love you guys too. You guys are so amazing. You guys are just the nicest fans I could ever ask for. Thank you so much. Yeah. You guys are just the nicest fans. Thank you so much. I'm actually glad I get to make a live with you guys today. Sorry, I have to go now. Oh yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Take your time. Like, you know, iPads, you know, they need a charge at some point. You know. Oh, thank you for the stickers. Do you have a moment in your life? That's actually a good question. Sometimes I do have a moment in my life where I get upset every once in a while about things that already happened. So like say if like someone died already and I was already bringing it up then and it already happened, then that's what happens to me. So like if I have someone in my family who dies, then I bring it up because, you know, then that's when things get out of control. Oh, thank you for saying I have a nice hat. I didn't see it. Yeah, you can charge your iPad. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, you can charge your iPad. My name is Gabriel, though. If you guys do not know, I've and for those of you who don't know, I've been making content on YouTube for literally 3 years. I started my first YouTube channel when I was only 18 and a half. Can you show me your? Okay, yes, I can. So, my best outfit, I don't really show this very often. I can show you a cute photo of me though. So, that was me when I was young. That would have been my favorite outfit because I look so young in this photo. But yeah, actually I don't have this thing anymore. I don't have that same thing anymore. Because when I grew out of it, which I have for quite a while, I got rid of this thing that I'm wearing because it didn't fit anymore. So I don't have it. I wish I did though, that way I can show you guys what I look like with it, but I don't. I haven't worn that outfit in a long time. It's been like a year since I wore this outfit. That's crazy that there's only one person on YouTube. Wait, really? Oh yeah, that's right, me. That's right, it's just me. But yeah, I started my YouTube channel, my first one, when I was only 18 and a half on show us your handwriting, dude. Okay.
So I know a lot of you guys love my songwriting. So I thought I would show you a song that I've been working on. I never got the chance to actually work on a song with anyone, but this was actually the rough idea I had for a songwriter that I wanted to work with for a while now. But we never got to work together, sadly, which is sad. But my favorite artist that I've ever wanted to collaborate with in my life was Julia Michaels. Because, she's been on a lot of songs, I think she would love that. Like, Julia Michaels would love to be on a song with me if I had to write one. But this is what I wrote, though. I wrote these entire lyrics just by typing it on Google Docs. I typed these entire lyrics on Google Docs, and I was waiting for someone to hear back from me so we can make this song. But, yeah. Yeah. So this is like these are like the lyrics I wrote for the song. But my idea was to have Julia sing the second verse. See, and I would sing the first verse, her and I would sing the chorus, and the bridge would be me. And then the final chorus would be her and I. And yeah. But this song that I was writing, I've actually finished a demo of it. But the song is called Soda Cans and Burger King because I love it so much. That's good typing. Thank you. I actually started writing songs when I was only 16 years old. So like in 2020. When I was 16, I started writing songs. I don't even know if it was like 2021 or 2020, but you get the idea. Hi. So yeah, those are the lyrics I wrote for this song, and I never made it yet because I didn't know who was gonna be on the song. I completely forgot. But because you guys love One Republic, I was thinking about showing you guys a photo of Ryan Tedder. He's my favorite. I know, you guys are probably wondering, why is there a photo of Ryan Tedder in the background? Well, because you guys have been so amazing, I thought I would. I actually took a weird, like, I like screenshotted it. I screenshotted it off TikTok. I love music too. Yeah, so I screenshotted this off TikTok, and I was like, oh no. I didn't want to get in trouble because I love Ryan. He's just so incredible. Like, look at him. He's like, oh, it's so incredible. I just love him. Look at this. I liked his longer hair. Like, look at that. Like, this was his hair before he actually trimmed it. I actually trimmed my hair too a few times because, it was important. Like, trimming your hair is really important. It's probably the most important thing on the planet because if you grow your hair out, it's not going to look good. So, and I say that because I had these white things in my hair, like the white flakes in my hair, and I did not like it. But my main goal was to make my hair look like his. So that's why it didn't work, because at some point my hair was itching and I could not stand it. And yeah, I had to shorten my hair. I wasn't happy, but I was also really glad because then I didn't have to deal with all of it. It's like, how do you grow your hair out? Like, look at this. Like, how do you grow your hair out? Oh gosh. It's like, how do you grow your hair out like that? It's so hard. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so I think it would suit me, yeah. But I think you guys would love what I'm about to show you next. So this year, and I can fully agree, okay, I can tell you guys that this year is the 10th anniversary of Starboy. The 10th anniversary, the 10th official anniversary. It's been 10 years since Starboy now. Can you believe that? Thank you. Hi. Yeah, thank you so much. I can tell you the reason why I've been representing the LGBTQ community, because I have an ex-girlfriend who is the exact same way. when I dated my ex, or when I dated my then girlfriend. Hi. Um. When did my ex? Um. So I have I've had my then girlfriend. The reason why I've been supporting the LGBTQ community is because I had a girlfriend who was um I can't say it. BI. Okay. I can't say the whole thing. But yeah, we broke up on terms because of that. But I've been really honorable when it came to that, and I didn't know like what that meant. Only thing I knew was that I didn't even know. I did at some point, but not anymore. I broke up with my girlfriend, my then girlfriend, because how old is my girlfriend? I think she's about 20 this year. She was about 20. I'm 22 this year. So, my second girlfriend is the one, yeah. But I stopped dating her because of that. But more importantly, I wanted to focus on my own life and being able to stay positive. You know. Thanks for saying I have a good day. YouTube loves that word. Oh, okay. So your ex? No, my ex-girlfriend is not a man. She is a girl. Okay. It's just that she's bi and I'm not. But more importantly, it's important to, even though I didn't want to, but it's good to support them. Yes, that likes girls. Yes, that's exactly why I broke up. But after we broke up, this is a true story. She's like, I'm going to date 2 girls and a guy.
I was mad. I was legitimately mad. After that, when I found out, I was mad. No, she does not live with me.
We weren't on good terms. That's why we didn't live with each other. It was not right. But after you break up with someone, you can't stay with them. That's the only reason why. But it was for a good reason, and I didn't think that it would work. Oh. Well, the only reason why I did is because I thought she was going to do something awful, which a lot of people can't do. And at some point, she was like, "Do you care if I talk about my sexuality?" And I was like, "No." Because I didn't want to do something that was not right. And I had to do something. And so I reminded my grandma that something bad was going to happen and that I needed to fix it, and I did. And she told me to break up with her, so I did. Because what I thought, and I know a lot of people can't say this, I thought she was going to initiate blank. My height is 5'10" and a half. I'll be back. Give me a second. Okay. So I'm 5'10" and a half. Last time I checked, yes. But actually, this is a true story. I'm actually 5'7". A lot of people think I'm 5'10" and a half. That was great advice from my granny. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, so that's why I broke up, because I didn't want something that would work. But the reason why is because I can't say that word that no one wants to say. Oh my gosh. It starts with an S and then it ends with an X, and I can't say it. That's basically the reason why we broke up, because I thought she was gonna do that and I had no idea. That's why. She said, "Hey, I didn't know and I didn't do it. I never did it. Instead, I told my grandma and I broke up with her before that could even happen." So I eventually broke up with her, and we've been friends since then. Like, we haven't done anything awful to each other. We've just been friends since then. But like, we haven't been on good terms a whole lot because she's been busy and I've been making music and all of us have had different opinions. But the day I broke up, I actually quit playing piano because I did piano lessons before we broke up. And I quit. And at that point, I had to deal with the situation. I had to fix it. And it just didn't feel normal. And I cried for months. I was like, dang. I cried for months and months. And I just couldn't. I just could not, you know? I mean, even before we dated, things were different. I got done with my first relationship before we even started dating, you know? Like that's how it worked. Like we weren't the best, but we had the nicest time of our lives. It's okay. I mean, we moved on and that's what I feel good about. We moved on. But she's with someone else and that's what matters, you know? Like I feel bad for her because, she's my favorite. It sometimes feels awful because I've had two relationships that both failed, and that's why. But it was because, there was a lot going on. I can't explain it, but, you know. But the first relationship was awful because I had two friends that betrayed me when I was in school. And the reason for that is because, oh, thank you for saying that. The reason why my first relationship ended is because two of my friends were pulling me away from my girlfriend, my then girlfriend, I should say, yeah. And at some point, get this, at some point I wasn't happy, and yeah, wasn't happy. And this is a true story. I wasn't happy, and so then we ended up splitting up. But it was for a good reason, and I think that was great because without it, And then I stopped being friends with the two of them, but I'm friends with my then girlfriend though. Now I am. I'm friends with her. But the two friends that I talked about, I don't like.
Oh, thank you for saying that you like my hat. I know you guys are wondering why I have the weekend background in my on my live stream, but this is because the weekend is celebrating 10 years.
Of this album, Starboy. I actually do have the album. So when the anniversary comes up in November, I'll probably get the record out and we can play it, because it's been a long time since this record came out. But since it's been 10 years now, I thought I would have played it. And this was actually the first album that I ever collected, so to speak. And it's the first album that I ever listened to. Yep, it was. I do not have any Johnny Cash albums. I wish I did, sadly, but I don't. I do have Def Leppard albums though. I have like 4 or 5 Def Leppard albums. I think the last one that I got was, and you guys will be happy, Diamond Star Halos. I know, it came out later than it should have, but I got the album Diamond Star Halos because I went to a Def Leppard concert in 2022. And since then, I've always wanted to get this album after the concert. So this is the first. That's actually a really good question. So I love electronic music. I know a lot of people don't. Sometimes I add classical music with my electronic music. Sometimes I add rock. Sometimes I add hip hop. Sometimes I add trap. It just depends. So in some points I like to add electronic with heavy metal. Like there is a song that I did with that. But there's like the drums are like part of like the heavy metal. The electronic isn't. So I did add some heavy metal drums in one of my electronic music songs. And I forgot the name of it. But, I meant what? Okay, so I'm still trying to learn how to play piano. But I was trying to play guitar and then I failed. So I would say 0 out of 1 out of 0. And yeah, because I was trying to learn the bass too. So it was 0 out of 1. So it's like 0.01. Yeah, so 0.02, somewhere there. But yeah. And I've been producing music for 2 years now, which is 2024. And I started that year because I wanted to, what's the word? I wanted to feel good about what genre I was producing. Not because like I loved electronic music, but because before my inspiration was rock, and it was important to be fair with what genre I was using. So before it was rock, and then it was hip hop, and then it was country, and then it was electronic, and then yeah. You consider yourself? Oh, okay. I do have a music channel actually. I do have an artist channel. I do have an artist channel. I have 2 artist channels actually. I have a band, and then I have a channel that I DJ and I produce music and I sing on. So my band, which is Polar Signal, was actually called. So this is a true story. So my original band name was actually called JGB's Reconnect Society Band. Then it was Yeti, and then it was Polar, and then it was Polar Signal. And this is because when that was the name of my band. Polar Signal was the name of my band. So where is I had epilepsy growing up. For a lot of people who don't know, I had seizures growing up, which was awful. I had I have autism, which is what I was diagnosed with when I was young. I what's the word? I had brain surgery also. I have an implant in my chest that I use to stop the seizures with. I have tuberous sclerosis, which is way worse than, and that's practically it, I've had my seizures since I was like a little baby. So it's been like 22 years, practically. So I've had seizures like right after I was born, somewhere there. And growing up was a complete nightmare. Oh my gosh. It was the worst. Growing up was literally the worst because I had to go under like 2 surgeries. One was for my implant that I still have in me after like 13 years. The first one was my brain surgery when I was only 7 or 6. Oh yeah, 6, 7. And then after that, but I say my childhood was awful because during my second surgery, which was my implant, this is actually a true story. So we get my robot in. I go into anesthesia or whatever, yes. But the problem was, which a lot of people don't know, is that the doctors left the room, kind of like it's a similar story to like how Michael Jackson died, right? So they left me in the room unattended. My dad was in the room also, so they had to literally call up the doctors just to help me. And I did have a part of my brain removed, which from my head. Literally, I had a part of my brain removed from my head, and the first time, and the second time, I almost died. Is the tragic part. Yes, I almost died. And this is because, when you or someone they when they undergo surgery and they're in anesthesia for like 15 minutes or something like that, they can't survive because they don't know how it's going to work or how it's going to be. The only thing that they know is that like after they get out, they're like really tired and they have nothing, no memory, nothing that would help them. It's kind of like that, you know, but I had no idea that this happened to me. So the moment I got out of anesthesia, I was tired. I was like, why did the doctors do this to me? Literally, that's what I said. I was like, why did the doctors do this to me? And I wanted to see those doctors for a long time because of what they did. Like, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy that I was in anesthesia for 15 minutes. I wasn't happy that I almost died. I wasn't happy that I wasn't able to not drive anymore. I can't drive at all, actually, which is a true story. I can't drive at all, which I'm sad about. I wasn't happy that I couldn't live on my own. I wasn't happy that my dad was in the military. I wasn't happy about any of that. But in the midst of all that, it was a huge sacrifice. Literally, my parents saved my life. If it weren't for that, if I didn't have that robot or my brain surgery done, I would have died. And the entire world would have been honoring me for how brave I was. It's just sometimes I don't even know what I'm going to do. Because frankly, I care a lot about the situation. Like, I do. My seizures are important. And if I didn't get it done, then I would have suffered a lot. Like, more than you could ever know. So that's why I have less seizures now, because I was able to have this robot in my chest for a long time. But it was hard for me to get through, and I wasn't ready for that to happen. Because, you know, even before that, I didn't have seizures. Like, I was fine. It's just, you know, sometimes when things go wrong, you have to own up. And that's what I had to do. In order to survive, I had to own up. Like, it's hard to do. Like, I've had seizures for a long time. You know, it wasn't right, and it didn't feel like the normal thing. And I wanted to cry my eyes out after I got into anesthesia because I was scared. I was really scared. You know, I was scared. I literally wanted to cry. Because, you know, after you have it for so long, you're just like, how do I get rid of this thing? Like, what do I do? Well, they gave me medication that I could take for my seizures and all that, which I can't talk about. But you know, that's basically what they did. They saved my life. But I should honor my dad because he and my mom were actually the ones that saved my life. If not, I wouldn't have lived because I care a lot about my parents, which they dealt it so much.
They're just really brave, and they've worked so hard. I never forget that, really, I wouldn't. It's just,
I just felt so upset during my lifetime. Like, I did. Like, I didn't want to lose my life. I thought that it was because I was scared of even trying. Like, the first reaction I had when I had seizures was that I was going to be fine and that everything would work out, and it almost didn't. But I was scared. Literally, I was scared. I never thought I would do this. Literally, I thought I never would. I thought I wouldn't live anymore. Because I care about you guys. You're the best fans ever. And when I was scared. Because I thought I wouldn't live anymore. And when I just felt like something was off. And I couldn't fix it. And at some point, it was just horrible. Like, my life has been horrible because of it. My seizures weren't great, and they got out of control. And that's what I disliked about it, was that it kept going on and on and on, to the point where I was just like, yeah, this thing can go away. Like, I'm not going to waste my time with it. And yeah, it just didn't feel great. Like, I didn't want seizures anymore. I wanted to be normal again. I wanted to have something that I could have forever, like what everyone else wants, right? Especially because I was in the horrible position where I didn't want my seizures to be a thing. I wanted to focus more about my personal life, and I wanted to, show people how I felt. Like, even before that, I was not feeling great about myself. Like, I get emotional. Literally, I get emotional when things happen. Like, say if I wake up from a coma or whatever, I don't know what happens, and then I cry. But I never had one at all, so I'm pretty excited. Um, the problem though about my seizures is that I've hated them throughout my entire life. But the last one that I remember having was in 2015. hmm It's just sometimes I feel like I lost my mind, and other times I don't. Like, I feel like I've lost my life, kind of, in a way that I never saw coming. But I know you guys are doing the right thing. I know you guys worked so hard to get my channel to work, and how it was, it was just amazing. Like, I didn't want, like, people who were mean. I wanted people who were caring, and you guys are caring, which I love. Um, which means something because I care a lot about you guys, and I didn't want that to be the first thing on my mind. But you guys mean so much to me, and I would not let that down. I would not let you guys down at all. I'll keep making content. I'll keep focusing on my life. I won't give it up. I'll be who I am. I won't stop loving you guys. Even if I wasn't your fan, I would still love it if you guys subscribe, because I care a lot about my fans. Even if I'm upset, like, I care a lot about you guys, and you guys are just amazing. So I thank you guys all for being so kind to me and being the best people you can be. You guys put so much thought and precision in my videos, and I just love when people comment and they're like, "How are you doing?" And I'm like, I'm going well, doing well." And it's just so amazing to have people I like and adore so much. So thank you for being my amazing fans. You guys are amazing. And I won't forget that. Literally, I will not forget who you guys are. I remember everything. And even if I don't, I still remember you guys. And you guys are just so smart. You have so much kindness in you.
Oh, thank you. Another kind of thing I love about you guys is that you're able to, you guys can explain, like, you guys are able to explain, like, how you feel about me. And I love that. I love that you guys are able to communicate with me on a level that I think is good. Because, I love to express myself. I love to share the positive side of my life. And it's important. Like, doing that's really important. Because when you have someone who cares a lot about you, like, that's a big decision, you know? And truthfully, if I didn't live with my robot in me, I probably wouldn't have been where I am today. So it's good to have positive feedback, Like, if I didn't have my robot, I wouldn't have been where I am. And we would not be having this conversation, because my robot wasn't even in me. And if there wasn't if it wasn't, there would be a possible chance that I wouldn't have made my album, I wouldn't have been where I am, and I wouldn't have made my YouTube videos. So it's good to have people who you trust and adore so much, and it just meant something to me. And you guys were just incredible, and you have so much empathy, and yeah. I know I'm not supposed to cry, but it just brings me joy. You guys have just worked so hard, and I thank you every moment of my life for all the things you do. Thank you for the hearts. But like, I care a lot about my fans, even if
you know, I was busy or even if I was working on something, I still think you guys are amazing and you worked hard. Um, you know, it's just hard for me to get over because ever since I had my brain surgery and my implant in me, I didn't want to overwork myself because I have for a long time. Like, I've lost a lot of people in my life, and then my life turned around to be awful, and it wasn't the right thing. And then at some point, I lost um my aunt Kelly. Well, there's a few. There's um my aunt Kelly Peck I lost in 2024, which was the saddest thing. Um, and I never forgot her. I never forgot who she was. I've always maintained a good relationship between my grandma and my aunt and everyone I ever liked. It was just hard because when I um when I make songs, I'm trying to capture the reaction. Um, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Um, when I lose people, yeah. Sometimes when I feel bad about those things, I like to put my thought and emotion into the songs that I write because I'm not trying to upset the person that I love. I'm trying to capture the reaction of how they feel because when I make a song, I want the emotion to be good and thoughtful. So that's why I write songs based on personality because I'm not trying to become someone I'm not. And I think that songs are actually really good to come, um, but like I make songs because when I lose someone, I'm trying to capture the reaction of how they're gonna feel and how amazing it is. Like I have a few songs that I've wrote, like Time to Let Go was one of them, 9, 10, 24 was one of them, like 12, 5, 15 was one of them. There's just so many, but I have 3 sad songs that I've made called Time to Let Go, 12, 5, 15, and 9, 10, 24. Those are basically the sad songs that I made. Um, all of which I was supposed to cry my eyes out in because I felt awful in a way that I never thought would work. Just because it was hard. But that's why I make songs with it because I'm trying to base my emotions on like what happened like 10 years ago to now, and it's hard. And this is a true story. I've waited 10 years to make a song for my uncle who sadly passed away in 2015 at 53. Um, and yeah, that wasn't good, but I waited 10 years to make a song for him. And it was just the best thing I could ever do for someone in my life. But it meant something too. Because, even if I didn't, I would still be honorable and I would do the right thing and I wouldn't stop worrying about it. I would have stressful moments for like years where I wouldn't stop thinking about him. I would have nightmares about how I felt. And, but I kept remembering him. I remembered who he was, I remembered his legacy. And that meant something, that meant that I liked him. And I wasn't ready, but I also wasn't happy about it either. I wanted to make that feel like it was his moment and that I was ready to help him out with whatever. And, it just made sense. But, I'm probably going to get off my day now. But thank you guys for. Where are you going to? That's actually a good question. So I release my songs on Spotify just because it helps me get like a better, clear view of what I release my songs on. But I'll link the songs to YouTube Studio if you want, or YouTube Music. Yeah, 2025 is the year the song I made. I made a song called 2025, The Year We Come Alive. It was actually a good song when I made it. Yeah. For those who do not know, my grandma was actually on the song. But she was 62 when I made it with her. And yeah. And I was 21 last year when I made it. So it took me a while because I didn't know what the song was going to look like. Okay. You know, that's actually true. But thank you for being positive. I'm gonna go now. I have a lot on my mind today. But you guys were really brave. And I think I should be kind to you. I'm gonna show you guys a photo that I think you will love. I do get emotional over these things too, but it's not about my uncle at all. I'm going to show you guys a really cute photo that I think you would love. 2 of them, if that's okay before I go. Because I never really did this before. I never really done this. So, you name it. I know there's so many of me. I want to show you guys a photo of Washington, D.C. as well, because I actually went there. It would just mean a lot. So, get this. That's me when I was little. That's me. I know you guys are thinking I look so little and young. It's true. I think I was like 2 years old in that photo. But yeah. You know, these photos are like really old, so I don't know how I would live without them. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that. That was in 2014. In December. December of 2014. Oh, I look so young. Oh my gosh. If you guys do not know, I was actually 10 years old when this photo was taken. Oh gosh, I look such. I know my dad's probably thinking my dad's probably thinking I look like a dork. I'm not. He says that to me all the dang time. He's like, "You're such a goof." I'm like, "Okay." This is funny though. This is hilarious. I'm not trying to show everyone, but this is me. That's me and my family. That's me and my family, yeah. I know I look so young because now that I'm 22, it's this year, yeah. It's like I've aged so much in like a few years now that I've just stopped remembering everything. Like I stopped remembering what I looked like. I stopped remembering like, you know, half of the things that I used to be and all that stuff. So it was good to honor all those things in a way that I never thought would work. But to prepare you guys, yes, that's right. It was my Sonic costume. This was actually a funny photo, and the statue that I'm sitting next to is not real. That's George H.W. Bush. No, that's George W. Bush. This is actually a true story. That was actually a statue. It was not real. But I was doing that face where I'm like, yeah, I can't make the face anymore. I look ridiculous. I know. But that was when I was cuter than any other person.
And this was when I visited the Lincoln Memorial. Look at that. I look so young. I usually don't react to the photos that I have because it makes me feel weird.
But I think you guys would love them. I mean, who wouldn't, right? But yeah, I think if I show you guys one more photo, then you would love it. So last but not least, I know you guys are probably thinking, when will he end this video or whatever? This was actually me when we went to Moab. I can't pronounce. But that's me when I went to Moab in like 2014. I think I was 10 years old when this photo was taken. Yeah. Somewhere between like 10 and 9. But I was probably 9.5 or 10. You can kind of see what it looks like. But I think I was like 10. Yeah, I was 10 because in 2014, you know, that was like the big milestone part. Yeah. But you know, most of those photos were taken in Utah. and I haven't been there in a long time. Like, my entire family hasn't been in Utah for like a while. So I was glad I got to spend my life there and just do all the things. And it was kind of sad that we had to leave because I didn't want to. I felt really upset that I couldn't stay all the dang time in Utah, but it is what it is. I couldn't stay there, so. Oh yeah, this is actually a good photo. I remember that. I think I was sitting next to Ulysses S. Grant, and I think that's I don't know what that guy is. I don't know who that guy is. I think that's you know. This is a true story though. That's me when I graduated high school. That's me when I graduated high school. Isn't that beautiful? Like, you can't get enough of it. It's just like, I know. Hi. Like I said, I'm gonna go soon, but you guys have a wonderful day. I'll let you guys know when I make a new song or when I'm releasing my album. It will take a while, so just try to have, but I'll see you guys later. I have a busy day ahead of me. But yeah, thank you guys for joining. I love talking to you guys. You were incredible. But yeah, thanks for joining, and I hope everything works out today. Bye. Have a good day.